guys, and welcome to the next video in our Learning Chess series. Today we'll be talking about the fork. Now you might be thinking, how is this related to chess? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, I've got the wrong fork here. We're learning about a fork or a double attack, where you attack two pieces at the same time. So just to clarify, we will be learning about the fork or the double attack. A fork or a double attack is basically just where you are attacking two pieces at the same time. So if I were to show you and put a knight here and a rook here and let's say a king here, I'm attacking two pieces at the same time. As you can see, I've checked the white king and the white rook is being attacked, and white cannot save his king or rook, so he has to drop one piece, which is probably going to be his rook, because otherwise he would lose. So in this position, black has forked white. So another example of a fork would be here. If I do this, then this, then let's say I do this, then bishop here, knight here, and knight here. Moving the knight here would be a mistake because white has the chance of doing a fork where he takes on f7, and he is not only threatening the queen on d8, but is also threatening the rook on h8. The interesting bit is, notice how the queen cannot move anywhere. It cannot move this way, it cannot move that way, it cannot move this way, or this way. So we would say the queen is trapped. But that is a topic for another day. Today we are talking about forks. So the knight is attacking both the queen and the rook. So just to check, can you find a fork in this position? I'll give you 5 seconds. You could have also paused your video if you would like, but the actual answer is knight to d6, because what's it doing is it's threatening the king, and it's threatening the rook. So if I just were to play that move, the king is under attack, and so is the rook. Can you defend both at the same time? Probably you cannot, because the black king is in check, and the knight is also attacking the rook. I'm showing these examples with a knight because the most common way to fork is with a knight. But I can show you another fork with a queen and rooks and bishops. Like in this example, if I go here, then let's say a pawn here, and pawn here, for example, and let's say knight here, knight to f6, pawn to c4, and let's say bishop to d7, pawn takes d5, knight to f3, g to f3, then pawn takes e6, bishop takes e6, then let's say pawn to e4. Notice how every piece is defended, and like this. But anyway, now let's say knight to c6, then pawn to d5, knight to b8, let's say, and now let's say bishop to d3 and bishop to b4. Now, can you spot a fork? Notice how this bishop is under attack. If you want, I can just do this first, but now, can you spot a fork? Yeah? Well, here was a fork. If you found it, then well done. But sadly, white took here, so black can now defend both the pieces, because after knight here, the knight is defending both the bishop and it's blocking the check. But anyway, you still got the point of what a fork is. So I could show you another fork. I've showed you with a queen and with a knight. So now I'll show you a fork with a rook. Here, let's say a king's here. The black king is here. And let's say the white king is here. The white rook is here. And the black queen has just moved from here to here. This is a huge mistake because right now white has a fork, and despite black winning, because a queen is more valuable than a rook, so because black's winning, it was a huge mistake, because after rook here, it's a fork. The rook is both attacking the king and the queen. And the queen's more valuable than the rook, so it's good for the rook. So the queen can take, and after the king takes, from a win for black, it becomes a draw. So now let's see how the bishop can fork. So if I were to put the king here, the black king here, then I'll put the bishop here, let's say, and let's say black has a rook, white has a rook, let's say black has a queen over here, and let's say white has another rook. In this position, it looks like it's equal, maybe for both sides. It seems equal, or maybe black might have a little advantage. But here, white spoils all of black's fun by doing this fork. Now, at first it may seem like, well, the king can just move here, giving check to white, but white can defend, both attacking this piece and this piece. So if I go back, move the king here, and move the rook here. Now, here, after this fork, black can do this move, so which spoils white's fun because it's no longer a fork and black escaped from it. But how to escape forks is again a lesson for another day. But anyway, at the beginning, we saw how a bishop can fork, as I just shown you. So Now let's go on to pawn forks. Pawn forks can be very devastating for the player who got forked. Like, for example, if I put the black king here, the black pawn here, the white king here, the black king would be here, and the white rook over here, and let's say I put a black rook here, and a black bishop here, and a white queen over here, let's say. So here, black can give a very devastating fork to white, because isn't white winning? He has a queen, he has a rook, and black has a rook, a bishop, and a pawn. The problem is black can do a pawn fork. So black can move his pawn up. And now, where's white's queen? Yeah, so now white has to move his king, and this is the only available square, and because the pawn was attacking both the king and the rook, black can take with, let's say, the rook. And now white should be losing. Even though white can make a draw out of this position, that's still a topic for another day. But we saw how the pawn fork works. Now, to see the most difficult fork to get, it is a king fork. The fork I'm about to show you is going to turn it into a draw. Doesn't it seem like white is losing? Black has both a knight and a bishop, and that's enough to checkmate your opponent. Doesn't it seem like white is losing? Well, white's king can save the day with a fork by moving his king up here, attacking both the bishop and the knight. Neither of them can be saved, or one has to go. So let's say the bishop moves, and now the king takes the knight, and the bishop is not enough to win a game. So white has made a good job and turned a loss into a draw. We have seen how a variety of pieces can fork, and now, did you know that two pieces can fork together to attack two pieces at the same time? I'll just show you. If there's a king here and a king here, a bishop here, a white queen over here, let's say, a black rook here, and the white king's here. Here, black could give a devastating fork, which can be known as the discovered attack, which we'll be looking more on in further videos. So, rook here, it is attacking the queen, because the rook just moved from the bishop's path, and it's attacking the king. So, this is a fork, or double attack, as it's attacking both the king and the queen. Thank you. I hope you will apply your knowledge into using fork. Sorry, again, this is the wrong fork. But anyway, thank you for watching. Keep checking for more videos, checkmate, and subscribe. See you soon, and thank you.